Hello everybody, my name is Obelisk and welcome back to Arena Breakout. Today we're going to be testing out a $50,000 sniper rifle versus a $500,000 sniper rifle. We're going to be testing out today's question of whether or not does more expensive equal more better? Let's find out. I'd be starting out with a $50,000 rifle being the Mosin Nagant, a PU2 scope, and a suppressor. I'd be starting out on the map Valley since it had very long sight lines allowing me to see further. This is a very good sign. There were a lot of shots towards my west, and I would head over that way. My first firefight that I got into this raid, and I would go and hide in a bush while I wait for them to try and reposition. After a while, they stopped moving around and I would let this fight go so I could go on to something more profitable. Sometimes in this game you need a jackhammer, sometimes you need a scalpel, and in this case we were using that said scalpel. We were able to take our time, let ourselves breathe, squeeze the trigger, and take the shot. After waiting for a while to see if there were any more opponents, there weren't, and I would go down and loot my kill. Pretty decent loot so far. I would go ahead, scoop it all up, and head home. A pretty dang successful raid if I do say so myself, and of course we made a lot of profit from it, so the $50,000 rifle did us pretty dang well. Next up we'd be going back into Valley with a $200,000 M24. Let's see how this goes. Perfect timing. As soon as I got to the top of the hill, a lot of shots started going off next to me. I would try and get a little closer. 3 shots hit on this guy and he didn't go down. He was wearing some serious armor, and I didn't have the ammo in order to penetrate it. I was going in to trail these guys, but little did I know I was actually just going to infiltrate. After 1 shot to the head, I would take my opportunity to reposition. I didn't go all that far, and of course they knew this, and they weren't happy about getting hit in the head multiple times, so they were throwing a lot of nades my way.
You know what? What a GG. What a GG, dude. That was fun.
And of course, every time you die is always a learning opportunity. What I should have done is realistically tried to create more distance between myself and these guys. Staying inside of their AOR was not a great idea. But unfortunately, sometimes you have to learn this multiple times, and the next couple raids would go the exact same way. Unfortunately, with the end of this raid, what ended up happening was I thought I didn't hear any more footsteps, and then this happens. So I would give it another shot. And while hiding in a tree, I had a duo in front of me. My goal was just to be as patient as possible, and unfortunately, it didn't pay off. And of course, I would keep trying. I'd landed a pretty dang good shot, but unfortunately this is a high traffic area. If I wanted to loot, I would have to be very, very quick. I had made an extremely narrow escape. I would immediately start doing surgery myself and try and create distance as quickly as possible between me and the people above. I heard many sets of footsteps below me, but as soon as they went away, I took the opportunity to get out of Dodge. But unfortunately, no matter how good of a moment you have, it can always come down, oh so ever quickly. After losing so many raids in a row, I really needed to get back on track. This time I would be going in with nothing but a rig and my rifle. I'd scored a pretty good shot, but now I needed to go loot it, and of course, it was a duo. I would put some injuries on his duo as much as possible for him to be able to heal, and then I would make distance with that. Slowly I made my way over to the beach villa, and there were some bot players outside. I would take them out and start to move my way in. Now, obviously, in this situation, I was behind people, but I still needed to be extremely cautious. I was in close quarters with a one-shot weapon, essentially. Now that I knew for a fact the main threat was down, I could start to clear the rest of the villa. Now that I was done clearing out the villa, I could finally go loot the safes and get out of Dodge. That raid didn't have a whole lot of player interaction, but it did have a lot of loot, so I'm calling that successful. Next up, we would be doing our $500,000 rifle, a fully modded out SVD with level 5 ammo, and we'd be doing it on Armory. This was all or nothing. And immediately as soon as I spawned in back of the map towards the end side of Armory, I found myself a perfect sniping tower. I would be using this to my advantage 100%. After sitting around for a while checking out the local area, there was no more action, so I would have to get my fat, lazy ass out of the sniper tower and start going on the ground to push a fight near Armory. I'd real quick as well go check out my first kill. After sitting more than enough Overwatch, I would finally hear a bunch of shots outside of Armory. It was time to move. And of course, my first fight in front of the Armory was me whiffing on a bot player, so I'm apparently just really ass. With that being said, I had officially had my fill of loot from this raid, and I would go to extract. And now your question is, did you answer your question? Does more expensive mean more better in terms of the sniper rifle category? Well, in terms of the marksman rifle category, absolutely. But in terms of sniper rifles, you are better off using a Mosin Nagant with 0 fucking attachments, with the exceptions of a scope and, of course, level 5 ammo. With that being said, guys, I put a lot of effort in these videos, and if you did enjoy it at any time, please do leave a like and maybe subscribe if you want to. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.